Okay, we're on the west side of the house. This is supposed to be a roof video, so I apologize. Right in there, okay, you see the black line? That's your shingles. And right beneath that black line, that little strip of metal, okay, that's edge flashing. When it comes up this gable end here, that's rake edge flashing. When it comes across this end over here, it's drip edge flashing. Then we have our fascia plate, and then we have our soffit. Okay, and above this bathroom window right here, that piping coming out, extending there, that's your secondary drain lines, your emergency drain lines for your air conditioning systems. They're supposed to drain out over a window as they are. But I'm talking about that line, that roof line, and that flashing, hillbilly home inspections. Okay, you see the way that's lapped? It's lapped backwards. So that any water that comes down is going to drain, instead of cascading over the lower flashing, it's going to drain under that flashing. Now you see the gap, the distance between that flashing bend. Okay, we'll have reason to believe that that flashing is actually a joint, a miter joint. You're supposed to have a minimum of 2 inches of overlap on each side. So that joint wasn't made properly, and that joint wasn't made properly, and most likely that joint wasn't made properly. Speaking of 2 inches, coming along here, well, that one looks like it's about 2 inches. Moving along, just kind of pick up some spares while we're here. We do not have a rain diverter over the air conditioning units. That unit's crooked. That tree's too close. That tree's too close. Lawn sprinkler heads should not be closer than 12 inches to the structure. Moving on along, we got other things. I don't want to confuse the issues here. But one of the things that we got here, while we're here, we're still on the roof. It's over the front portico. How's that for front? Okay, we do not have kick-out flashing right here. See that flashing? When the water comes down the side, there's nothing to keep the water from draining down the side of the wall. Brick is porous. Brick is porous. It's fireproof. It's a good insulator. You don't have to paint it. It's got a lot of things going for it, but it's porous. I've moved along here. I'm now on the east side of the house. Well, look at that gap. See, the other one wasn't made any better than that. You think water's going to go in there? I do. I sure do. That's what I think. You think that joint was made right? This is a better example of where of the other side. Look at that. See, the water's going to come down and then go behind that flashing. The flashing wasn't made right. It just wasn't. See the flashing here? It's all supposed to be turned in and sealed. It's good that you have step flashing there. That's a good thing. But when they replaced the roof, they didn't handle the flashing right. They didn't come back and reseal it. Do you have kick-out flashing here? No, you sure don't. You don't have kick-out flashing there. What about that drip edge flashing? Do you think it goes to the edge there? No, I don't think it does. Doesn't look like it to me. Kick-out flashing here? Well, that's a kind of a judgment call. I think it would be due diligence. I think it'd be right to do it. Was that flashing sealed properly? Sure it wasn't. Wasn't sealed properly. My understanding, this roof is a couple years old, maybe. Coming up here. See that right there? I don't know if you can. Can I get some light on the subject? Hey y'all, let's put some light on the subject. Alright. Boss asked for light. Come on. No, you're not going to work. Okay? See that underlayment? That bluish underlayment? It's going underneath the drip edge flashing. It's supposed to cascade over the drip edge flashing. That's what it's supposed to do. Don't talk to me about it. Can I? No, I'm sorry. I just don't have that much mountain goat in me today. Sometimes I can get on the roof. Sometimes it's a little different. Okay. See the warping on the surface of the roof over there? Well, the technical name for that's sumping, but I call it deflection because I don't think there's enough to be classified as sumping. If it was sumping, it would be a problem. No, it's not attractive. No, it's not pretty. No, it's not unusual. They've got some sumping over, excuse me, they got some deflections over here too. They just do. I mean, that's the way they make this stuff. So, I don't think you're going to have any problem with those deflections. If it was more severe, I'd talk about it. But you got that idea, I would. So we put these boots up here. You see the sealant around there? So every couple years this gets dry and it shrinks. So every couple years you want somebody to look at your roof to tell you what you got. And look for cracks in this. It's real common for that to happen. Look for cracks in that. Make sure that that's acting okay. That's a maintenance issue. A maintenance issue. That wasn't a problem. That's pretty unpleasant by the flashing, I'll tell you that. Okay, this is around the front too, by the front portico. But here we can get a pretty good look at it. You see the siding? It's supposed to be 2 inches off of the roof covering. 2 inches. That's not me, it's what the manufacturer says. It's what the roofing manufacturer says, it's what the siding manufacturer says. Everybody says it. I guess not everybody does it, huh? So yeah, some kick-out flashing would be, we started up here. Kick-out flashing. Just saying.